Not really. I don't think I missed out on anything.
Damn, Brandon, you got a perfect life there. Ask you a question.
Go ahead.
We could call this top 5 questions. This is a new segment.
Okay.
All right. First question. Do you consider black folks to be proactive, reactive, or non-active?
For the most part, reactive.
Explain.
Or because we'll wait until something traumatic or devastating happens, and then we want to start galvanizing and then trying to recover from it and stand up and be proud and do all those kind of things for about maybe a month, and then we'll revert back to where we were in the first place, which is kind of not dormant, but just stationary or what have you. But we're not ever on top of the issues before they come. We're always playing catch up.
All right. Question number 2. Why do Asian Americans change their first name but keep a last Asian last name?
To hold on to a piece of who they are.
Okay. Why? It's third question. Why do black folks continue to support the Democratic Party?
Because they've been told that Republicans are not for the people, and they see themselves as the people, and they see that Democrats are working for them. That's what they see.
All right. Fourth question. Now you may have to think about this one. If you was God and had to choose one survivor, who would you pick? Martin Luther King Jr. or Michael X?
Malcolm X.
Why?
Just because I think Malcolm X was who Martin Luther King was getting ready to turn into before he was killed. Malcolm X was already surpassed. I guess what I want to say is Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were the same person. Malcolm X evolved into somebody a little different, a little more not combative, but he wasn't ready. He was ready to fight for what he wanted. Martin was just starting to turn into that before they killed him.
Do you think the Civil Rights Acts of the 1960s could have been passed if Michael X was our leader during that time?
No. Mm-mm.
So, so if you would have Malcolm X to live to his old age,
Mm-hmm.
where would America be at now? Because my opinion, I put my opinion on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because people was gonna be completely opposite of Malcolm X.
Right.
Because by enemies necessary, but he
Right.
changed. He started to realize towards the end that uh, everybody could, your brother is a person who embrace you without being forced to embrace you.
Right.
So
Where
will we
would I
still
think we'd
have the
be?
same laws being passed under Malcolm X leadership?
Mm-mm. Is if we would have did what Malcolm wanted to do, it would be a chance that, and this is a hot take, and this is way out there. Either we would have been back in slavery because they would have went so hard that they would have had to enslave us again, or we would be the dominant, we would be in control, in power, just because we took it from the oppressors.
In power for ourselves or in power of America? Now, be careful on this statement. I don't want us to get banned.
Well, let's just be safe and just say we would be in power. Just we would have more control. We would have more say so.
Of ourselves or of the state?
Mm, just to be safe, or I'll just say we'll have control, more say so. People would respect us more.
Of so we'll have more power of ourselves
Well,
or
okay,
of
we'll
the
say
state?
ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Ourselves.
All right. I could agree with that. So you'll choose. Why you want to kill Martin Luther King then?
I don't want to kill Martin Luther King, but if I have to choose, I'm going to take Malcolm X just because I tend to lean more that way. I'm more of any means necessary because You have to take action if you want to get results, because people aren't just gonna give you, what you deserve just
Mhm.
because you being nice, or it's the right thing to do. That's not the kind of world we live in.
All right. Last question of our top 5 questions. What would you tell a 18-year-old Brandon now as a 30-something-year-old Brandon? What advice will you give to you now when you was 18?
Hmm. I don't know. I don't think I would
All
miss.
so you're saying all your dreams has come true?
But I don't think I dislike where I am now. Like, I could give myself more information, but that could kind of alter where I am as a person. I could be dead, or I could be, in jail. I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna read.
necessarily.
I'm gonna
Go ahead.
repeat my question. What advice will you tell an 18-year-old version you as a 30-year-old person today?
Just work hard. Just continue to work hard and stay away from the streets. That's it.
Work hard and what?
In the areas that I'm not going to I don't want to say passionate, because that just sounds cliche, but work on your character as a man. Work on developing and growing into the man you see yourself being. Because I don't think everything else doesn't matter. Like, everything else can be adjusted. Who you are as a person, once you grow into that, that's just who you are. Like, you're not going to be able to. I mean, you can. It's hard, but you're not going to be able to backtrack and change who you are.
So at 18, did you know who you wanted to be?
I don't think so.
So how are you supposed to work on that?
Well, because the same way I got here, just by being who well, not necessarily being who I am, but just being a good person, doing the right thing, doing those kind of things. Because I mean, when you're 18, you have options. You can be running the streets. You can be trying to take shortcuts to get ahead.
Did you run the streets?
No, I didn't run the streets.
So then how can you give yourself advice to?
Or because you could easily go that way. But that's the only advice I would give myself. Just
Brandon, I
stay
don't like
on
your
course.
answer. I
Well,
don't
go
like
ahead.
your
That's
answer.
fine. That's fine. That's my answer. Because I don't think, because if I gave myself some advice, that could alter who I am. I'm based on principles. The most important thing to me is who I am, my character. I don't necessarily need any advice on how to get ahead, just because God already has a plan. Like, you could be working towards something, and if it's not God's plan, it's not going to work. God has who he wants you to be. You can walk that path, or you can walk a different path. It's going to be harder on that path than the path that God has for you. So, like I say, I wouldn't necessarily tell myself anything different, but to listen to myself. And that's kind of what I did throughout my life. I listened to myself, I listened to that voice, thought about God, move forward in that direction. It's
So
temptation. Go ahead.
so as you stand right now, there's nothing you wish you should have done in the past.
Mm, Not really. I don't think I missed out on anything.
Damn, Brandon, you got a perfect life there.
No, I don't have a perfect life. I have a simple. I guess I'm not gonna say a simple life, but things are things. Like, have you ever wanted something really bad and then you got it, and then it doesn't mean as much as it did before you got it? Or like going somewhere, like you go on vacation,
Uh-huh.
you're in the moment, it's great. Then you come back home, it's like, that was great. Now I'm back in real life.
So you have no missed opportunities in your
I mean,
past.
I'm pretty sure I have missed opportunities, but I can't necessarily miss something that God had for me, and that's kind of how I see life.
Damn. Okay, what? Shit. Okay.
But how do you feel? Like I'm this was
These your top 5 questions.
okay. I'm just
You give me a top 5 on the next episode. You write down a top 5 questions. Don't tell me that you want me to answer.